I'd like to welcome everybody to Lake Charles and to the fine campus of McNeese State University. Good morning again. My name is Brad O'Hara. I'm the Provost and Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs at the UL System, and I'll be your moderator for this two-day conference. It's great to see so many familiar faces. Of course, that should be no surprise because this is the 7th annual Service Learning Assembly of the UL System. It's great that we have been able to bring our practitioners and academicians together for the past 7 years to share their experiences and grow this tremendous pedagogical tool. Although this is the 7th year of the Service Learning Conference, this is the first year that we've combined it with undergraduate research, and there's good reason for doing that. There are a lot of similarities between what you do in the service learning world and what our students are doing in the undergraduate research area. And the synergy by combining the two, I think, will be self-evident as you experience today and tomorrow's proceedings. What we're doing today, service learning here in the Para Ballroom and in our breakout sessions, our art exhibition, our juried art exhibition later on this evening in the Sherman Arts Center, and then tomorrow our undergraduate research posters and oral presentations really, I think, typify what we're all about in the UL system and the excellence that we have in our faculty, staff, and students. Before sharing with you some important housekeeping items for today's events, I'd like to invite our host, McNeese State University President Philip Williams, to give some remarks. Dr. Williams certainly understands the value of service learning, and some of you who participated 2 years ago when we held this conference in Baton Rouge may remember that Dr. Williams was on our President's panel where he shared his thoughts about the power of service learning. Not only has he volunteered his university and very capable staff to host the first UL System Academic Summit, he also asked us what he could do personally to help. And I'll believe that you'll see him throughout the two-day event, and we are honored that he is with us today. Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. O'Hara. I want to begin by saying that an event like this does not happen except with the continuous support, encouragement of the University of Louisiana system. Dr. O'Hara, his boss, Dr. Moffitt, president of the University of Louisiana system, and the board of supervisors, the entire administration of the system, they value service learning, value the visual arts, value undergraduate research, and that's what enables us to have a wonderful celebration like we're going to have here for the next couple of days. We're delighted that you're here on the McNeese campus. Very proud to have you here, honored to have you here. We had a committee meeting to decide on the weather. There was a vigorous debate, and we decided by a close vote that nice weather would be appropriate. So we managed to pull that off. I want to say some thank yous. Some of the folks I want to thank are not in the room, so you're going to have to find them later today. But my executive assistant, Sarah Hogan, who is not here, but she has done a great deal of work in helping to put this all together. Also, Candace Townsend, who's here, our Director of Public Relations, Joyce Patterson, Director of our Alumni Affairs Office, Janet Woolman and Bill Deese, who work with undergraduate research and grant funding. Chad Thibodeau, our IT guy, who's going to help us make the systems run. I may be leaving somebody out, but I can tell you they and their teams of workers have been busy behind the scenes to make sure everything was right for you. If there's anything that's not, don't hesitate to let one of us know. You can find me either hanging around or ask anybody where the president's office is. I would love to hear from you, and if there's anything we can do to make your stay or make this event better for you while you're here at McNeese, don't hesitate to let us know. Congratulations on your work. Thank you very much, and welcome to McNeese.
thank you, Dr. Williams, for those kind and appropriate words. As we mentioned earlier, McNeese was the very first to step up and offer to host our inaugural academic summit, and the staff here has really set a high bar for others to follow. And as an aside, next year this event will be hosted by the University of Louisiana at Monroe. So we'll be up in Monroe for 2 days next year in April. As a system, we've certainly come a very, very long way in a very short period of time in our efforts to connect campus and community through service learning. And there are many people who have certainly helped make that possible. Certainly our presidents, and Dr. Williams is a prime example of our presidential support. Obviously, we have to have that support at the top through our presidents and our provosts. And we're fortunate to have a couple of them here today with us. Dr. Jean Daboval from McNeese State University is here, and Dr. Lou Paradise from the University of New Orleans is also here. They'll be joined later on with some other provosts from around the system. That, as I said, support from the top is essential to drive and to grow service learning. Of course, underneath that, we've had a very, very active and a successful Service Learning Council that has sort of shored up our efforts over the last several years. And I'd like to introduce those folks that are here today from the Service Learning Council. First of all, the chair of the Service Learning Council is Steve Grusbeck from Northwestern State University. Steve, you won't miss Steve. Steve's the shortest person in the room. Dr. David Yarborough from UL Lafayette. Dr. Morris Coates from Nicholls State University. Is Dr. Sandra Hill from ULM here? There's Sandra at the back there. Welcome, Sandra. Dr. Rory Bedford from Grambling. Dr. Michael Buckles from McNeese. Nancy Darlin from Louisiana Tech. And I don't think she's here, but Tina Golding from Southeastern is also on the council, as is Susan Danielson from University of New Orleans. And I would certainly be remiss if I didn't recognize Ms. Jackie Tisdale, who's been a driving force on the Service Learning Council, has kept it all in good working order. In addition to the council's year-long work, of course, they play a special role in making today successful, and they're going to be active throughout the day in our concurrent sessions. They'll make sure that our breakout sessions stay on time, and certainly have some time for you to ask your peers for further information and clarification along the way. I would also like to thank our faculty who certainly have made these opportunities possible for our students. Your work is certainly commendable, and I would please encourage you to get others involved in this wonderful, wonderful way in which, as I said earlier, we connect campus with community. Before we move into our concurrent sessions, there are a couple of things I'd like to do. First of all, some housekeeping items. You have a wonderful program produced by the folks here at McNeese that outlines the two-day events. And if you've looked at the Service Learning Day information, you'll see that we'll reconvene in this room, the Para Ballroom, for lunch, where we'll hear from our keynote speaker, Mr. Eric Rolls, who was featured at the 2012 National Service Learning Conference. We'll come back here at the end of the service learning proceedings at 3:45, where we'll hear more about a new initiative that the council has started, the Journal of Service Learning in Higher Education, a very exciting opportunity, not only for all of us in the UL system, but for other practitioners nationally and internationally to publish their work. We will have three blocks of breakout sessions. They'll be held in Farrer Hall. Farrer Hall is out the doors that go to the quad and diagonally to your right across the quadrangle. That's the home of Dr. Wayne Fetter, and he wants me to know that he has agreed to host us today and tomorrow in his building. And Wayne, we appreciate you accommodating us and our breakout sessions over there today and tomorrow. I do want to make note that we have a change to today's schedule. We unfortunately learned that one of our breakout presenters, Dr. Galen Murray, would be unable to be with us today. So the 1:15 breakout session in room 133 will only have one presenter. Okay, after we finish here at about 4 o'clock, 4:30, please join us at 5 o'clock over in the Sherman Fine Arts Center to enjoy a very fine reception and view the Jury Art student exhibition, which will start our undergraduate research part of the 2-day event. And then, of course, let's not forget about the real reason why you're here, the prize drawings, the infamous prize drawings. And throughout the day, we'll be offering a series of door prizes, books that have been donated by Campus Compact, as well as some iTunes and Walmart gift cards, courtesy of the McNeese Alumni Foundation. Of course, as always, you have to be here to claim your prize. And we've pre-populated our drawing pool with those that have registered. At this time, I'd like Ms. McKisson to ask Dr. Williams to draw a couple of names for us. I believe we have a couple of Campus Compact books.
Clarence Williams, Grambling State. Kevin Potter, University of New Orleans.
Some of these folks may be coming tomorrow.
Kimberly Campbell, McNeese. Daniel Lejeune, McNeese. Kimberly Waddell, Grambling State University. It'll be a big crowd tomorrow. William Dees, McNeese State University.
Where's Bill? Where's Bill? There he is. All right. Yes, we need a couple more, actually.
Gifford Saravia, Northwestern State.
Great.
Tanya Sims, Louisiana Tech.
And one more, Jackie? Right, we have a $25 iTunes gift card.
Harrison Ledbetter, Louisiana Tech. Loretta Walton Jaggers, Grambling State.
Hey. Thank you, Dr. Williams. Obviously, you do a fine job of reading names and have had lots of practice at graduation. A couple of other items. As many of you know, we have a wonderful feature to add to this year's program and future programs. The University of New Orleans has extended us an opportunity to archive the events from today and tomorrow on a website that is hosted by the library. And soon, presentations and supporting material will be available for those that complete a release form. And if you're interested in having your materials archived and you haven't completed a release form, you can do so at the registration desk. And once again, should you have any questions throughout the day, there are many staff members that are here. They have a yellow staff ribbon affixed to their name card. Of course, Dr. Williams named a few of them earlier. I'd like to thank and recognize a couple of them in particular. Of course, Janet Woolman and Sarah, where's Sarah Hogan? Sarah Hogan from okay, from McNeese State University. Dr. Williams says Sarah Hogan running all day, so she's probably juggling a few other balls in the air right now in addition to this conference. Sarah and Janet have been wonderful to work with. They're certainly exceptional planners and producers, and they've made things possible on this campus. And they've worked very closely with Jackie Tisdall and Ann McKisson of the UL system, who have worked with all of you in registration issues and have certainly been instrumental in making today and tomorrow's events possible. Finally, I'd like you to note that in your program, on the inside back cover is a map of the campus, which clearly outlines the facilities in which today's events will be held. Once again, we'll come back to the Para Ballroom for lunch. And between now and then, we have some wonderful breakout sessions planned in Farrer Hall. So at this time, I'll adjourn our opening session, and we'll welcome you back here at lunch, at which time we'll hear from Eric Rowles. Thank you very much.